So here we are, up in the loft, and latest things. I did some girly thing. I bought material, and I've just kind of glued it with PVA on the top to cover all the crap underneath to make the whole place look a bit nicer. Right. That, and to follow up on, oh yes, the HM6000 problems, I have installed switches so I can flick between the old Duet controller and the 6000. I shall now demonstrate. How do you do this again? Pause. So here's my two switches, one either side of this beam, wired to that controller and the HM6000 controller. Now, just to demonstrate, the high mech pulling a single wagon is going left. The class 29, I think it is going right. And that thing is set in a loop, which is the, God, I can't remember which one it is. And the other one's set out of loop. It's currently on the Duet. So just to prove a point that my electrical genius is working, I flicked that point switch, and that stopped. I'll flick this switch. That one goes backwards. See if this is just being a funny one. Aye, there we go. Right. Okay. Turn it around the other way, and I'm going to flick these switches again. Round the other side. That went backwards. That went backwards. Okay. So basically, I can decide which controller I want to use at the flick of a switch. Okay. Let's demonstrate that point. By the way, I should say, my electronics, double electronics dude, he messaged me when I suggested this last time saying, aye, he said, that would be a good idea. That's like getting the Nobel Prize or something. Oh, I flick the switch again, it goes the other way. Flick that switch, goes the other way. Right, point proven. My wiring kind of works. Yee-hee. Next. Here's the next thing. I bought 3 of these fellas for about 12 quid. eBay again. Good deal. Now, I got them for the wheels. Because when you make contacts for lighting, etc., I've done it a couple of times. I've made videos about it when I've used contacts and made them so they go on the circumference of the metal wheel, on the 125, etc. But it puts a bit of drag on it, so you really want them on the axle, less drag. Right, so anyway, but these are quite nice. There's 3 of them. They're all pretty identical, but they're really quite nice. Could do with a bit of cleaning up or whatever. But notice the coupling. Das coupling. Ancient triangle thing, right? So I thought, okay, fair enough. I'll see what I can do with that. So, I removed what some of them are missing, but no coupling whatsoever. But I removed it. I thought, what will I do? Will I try and saw that bit off and fit this kind of felly off again? I've got loads of these old wagons that I just like take them off, right? Using violence and grinders and whatever. But, you know, fit it in. Then what I noticed is, and I'm going to try and do this smoothly, is if you, out of the way, so that's where, this is one that is not got fitted. That old coupling sort of went in there through this contraption. But if you spin this round, and I wouldn't know the detail, which way that actual detail went, but if you spin this round, now look carefully. I should have a jiggery pokery stick or something. Here's a pen because I'm still in the loft. That wee nub, and there is a, believe it or not, almost a hole there. Right? Follow this. Lines up exactly with one of these. Amazing. So, this is a really curious thing. Were these made to fit on there? If so, why did they have this horrible contraction? Just to prove a point, like for the older generation, remember Blue Peter? Here's one I did earlier. Where is the damn thing? Where is it? Oh God, I've lost it. I lost it. Ah, there it is. Why have I spun that round? So, there it is. I've done it. So, new, well, old, but traditional horn decoupling. And again, I couldn't find a wee screw to screw that in with, but it lines up nicely, so I did. But guess what? My teeny bit of bog roll super glue trick. Solid as a rock. Anyway, are they Mark 1 coaches? I don't know. I think they might be Mark 1. It says... focus work well. Focus. M1617. So M1, does that mean Mark 1? 16171. Anyway, they run really nicely on the track. So, just another little funny wee thing. A funny little thing that's an enigma of model railway. So here's that 29 pulling one of those coaches. Can't pull anymore because they've got no couplings on them. Or that one hasn't got a coupling that fits the locomotive, and it actually hasn't got a coupling. No, that one does have the coupling that fits the locomotive, but doesn't have one on the other end. And these ones have the old couplings, blah blah blah. Anyway, I shall maybe go and fit those, do something with them just now, because it is, yeah, twisting my God, 1:45 in the morning, but I don't have work tomorrow, so I've got nothing better to do. That 29 runs nicely. And as we come down, we'll just see, I fitted the concrete track along that shuttle track. Got around to doing that. That's the other new thing. Totally unnecessary, but hey, I bought it. Looks nice. Okay. Let's see, I've got all night. So I'll maybe go and fit these thingamabobbers. I like that. What a smooth thing. And random high mech. Let's have another shot of that random high mech. Oh, no, turn off that one. You can come back the same way. The light, I can't remember fitting those lights, but they're awful bright. And that's a random wagon. Let's just stop that. Using the duet because the switches are switched that way. Okay, am I getting the point across? Okay. Oh, just stop. So here's these coaches back downstairs upside down. And here is said, oh hang on a minute, old coupling, and held in with such screw, which, I go over here, try to do this nicely, it's quite tiny. Might be able to use that instead of the bog roll thing to fit said coupling back in. Remember what we do? We turn this around and we find this one on there, right? And I know the lighting's not great. I'll just try to show you this. Oh, this one's got a wee mold nub bit on it. Oh, that's strange. It's curious. Ah, but if you look over in this one, you see the wee hole. It's almost like it was designed to fit either way. And the only difference is, I can see, you'd have to be a real boffin, is whether this bit is at the front or at the back. I really don't care. And if you care, I don't care. Next. So, old coupling is actually screwed on. That tiny wee screw, this old coupling. Turn it round and use the same screw to screw on that new coupling. Fits nicely, as you can see. Only trouble is, what happens is, now I'm not sure, hopefully this light comes in. If I balance that there, will that work? When this coupling wants to engage, it hits off, I'd be very lucky if you can see this, but it hits off a bit of the, tiny bit of the coachwork between those buffers. I have the answer to that. It's such a tiny little bit. If I can maybe film this. Oh, get down here. Oops, excuse me. I'm trying to film this for anybody that's interested. I'm dropping stuff. If I just take the corner off right there, with my wee mini grinder thing, that does it. I know this because I've done it before and it works. Well, I think it worked. Yes, it did work. So that's what I'm going to do. should do it. So, and just to prove the point, take this. Oh, I don't know. What am I going to use? Oh, I'll just use my finger because I haven't got a wagon. That now moves up and down. Right, point proven. Cheers. Stranger and stranger. I discovered the wee bit sticking out from under there wasn't like a failed bit of moulded plastic. It was indeed one of them screwed in from the top. So these coaches have been faffed with a wee bit, but it's all working to my advantage. Because I cannot find teeny wee screws like that. I can't find them anywhere. Done the old searches on this, that, and next. I can't find them. Anyway, on with it. Alright. So done.